Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Day 2 of India Shopping Centre Forum 2017, the ultimate platform for all stakeholders of the Indian shopping centre industry. We had a richly rewarding day yesterday with every facet of the Indian shopping centre industry represented, luminaries from across all strata, sharing with us their vast reservoir of experience, expertise, and knowledge, new paradigms, great new ideas, best practices, and shared concerns. I'm sure we're going to have an equally richly rewarding day today. One of the biggest challenges and opportunities, of course, being thrown up in this digitally driven shopping center environment is omni-channelization of the mall. We have In-Orbit Mall and Pret who will now tell us how they are jointly gearing up for this. Please put your hands together and welcome Chief Executive Officer and Founder of Pret, Bhavik Javedi, and Chief Executive Officer In-Orbit Malls, Mr. Rajneesh Mahajan. They will jointly take us through this presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the new, fresh day of India Shopping Center Forum. I think I'll keep myself a little quick and fast. So we primarily are presenting today how we went about, redefining the way we experience mall and, partnered with In-Orbit to create consumer experiences which completely, defy e-commerce in its own home ground. May I just welcome Mr. Rajneesh Mahajan, Executive Director In-Orbit, to help us with the vision and how he really envisaged this complete experience creation.
Thank you, Bhavik. Good morning, everyone. As I said yesterday, we are a set of unhappy people. Every time we do something, we sit back and instead of feeling happy, we say, oh, it could have been done better. In such one moment, we said we should shut all our digital efforts. They are not making any sense to us. So we said, let's not have tweet account, let's not have Facebook account, let's not have website, let's not have anything. We will shut all of that because we're not doing enough about it. And the whole team looked at me and said, he's lost it. He's gone insane. This is where the world is moving and we are saying we will shut it. So I said, okay, I'm willing to make a compromise. You guys come back in 3 months' time with a complete plan. Either it's the best, extremely meaningful, engaging, or we're just shutting it down. I don't want to spend a single paisa on it because I don't see any value coming out of it. And they had a breath of silence and, okay, at least we have 3 months to save it. And that's how it started. It started with an extremely strong note saying we will either do something great or we will not do it. And I think we have not reached where we want us to reach. We have just started. But I think the start is pretty strong. So what we looked at first is that we had very fragmented digital space. We had social media, which was having different platforms, different feeds. We were not looking at one view of digital space that we had. We had a website which was a corporate website, leasing inquiries, location, floor maps, stores, directories. We had Facebook, which was talking about, I remember in one of the, many years back, in one of the Facebook update, we wished happy birthday to a celebrity. And I said, this is not us. We can't do that. Let's do something different. And then we had mobile app, which was doing something else completely. And most of us were in the same space. And when I look around, I see a lot of us has changed, and I feel good that at least we were with times and we changed at the right time. And that's when, in one of the conference, we met Bhavik, and Bhavik was explaining what he's doing in Pret. And a lot of that we wanted to do. And we said, you have that product ready, you have that platform ready. We don't want to invest another year in creating that technology, and the entire algorithm and understand. So we shook hands. And we started this journey to create an e-commerce platform which will enable retailers to sell online, which are part of the mall. So the two features which were critical for us to start with, because we are not an e-commerce player. We do not have funds to burn and acquire customers. Luckily, we have customers. We don't have to go out and acquire customers. We have 42 million people walking into our malls. We have customers. So where people are burning money, we have that asset with us. All we needed is a product to reach out to them. And that's how we started developing this product. We went out to retailers. We said, this is a platform. You can reflect your inventory onto this platform, and people will be able to buy from the store. If there's a complaint, they can go back to the store. They know they're going to be in the mall in the next near future, and they can have an interaction. They can book a product. We have heard stories that, I remember Jashan was talking to me, Mr. Rahul Jashnani was talking to me and said, I launched this Banaras sari after so many years in my stores, and it got sold off like in 3 days' time. And we still have many brands talking about similar stories where they've sold 200 pieces, 500 pieces in like very short period. So how do you make more excitement out of these product launches? And one of the ways that you allow a customer to click and pick later and reserve the product. So ability to purchase from home, ability to reserve a product, physically view it and acquire it. These were the two starting points where we started with, and we went to retailers. We got 42 of them on board with us because we have a department store, Shopper Stop with us. They themselves bring more than 200 brands on board. So if you go to inorbit.in today or you download mobile app of Inorbit, you have a reach to more than 250 brands that you can buy today. There are challenges, sizes, colors, as the store inventory. We are limited to store inventory. So what we reflect onto the website, what we reflect onto the mobile app is what is existing in the store, because this is a connect between the physical store and the consumer. So it is a platform which is ready. The technology is up, and thanks to Bhavik, because he had that product ready, we could integrate much quicker. We could reach out to the retailers much faster because he had a base of retailers, we had a base of retailers, and we collaborated. But this itself will not run, is the second thing that came to our mind, unless we do something about taking it out to the consumer. And that's when we sat again and we said, why don't you look at the complete digital space for us? So we got one view of our entire digital reach. So today, Facebook, tweet, whether it's Instagram, you will find a common language around it. You will find a common content around all the platforms. You will find a common look and feel, because it is all consolidated, the backend is consolidated, the formats are consolidated. We have a one view of our digital world. So our mobile app, our website, our social media, they all talk the same language. They all have the same look and feel. And that's where we're building up a great social, digital community around us. So we have a strong physical footfall to our malls. We have made efforts to build a strong digital community. And as I was discussing yesterday, what clicks, what doesn't click is something we are discovering on a daily basis. I don't have a formula to share. You can follow us on our digital spaces. You will come to know what happens. Justin Bieber walked into Inorbit Vashi yesterday. Within 18 minutes of somebody posting his picture at mall, we reached out to 3,000, 4,000 people within 18 minutes. So, when you collaborate with certain things which have a high following, your reach becomes so more powerful. And small event, we were not aware that he will decide to walk in. He just walked in. Puneet, was it decided earlier? No. So he was graceful to decide to come to our mall. I think he really was craving for a good Starbucks coffee. He came in, picked up his ice Americano, and walked out of the mall, took a little round, and we got awesome digital reach. Now, this is one event which is so spontaneous, which was not planned, which we could not encash if we do not have a very strong digital content which is reaching out to the people. We had a fashion show at Malad last weekend, and we really had put a very good show. It ran 2 evenings. One of the celebrity was the showstopper. We had this telecasted on Facebook, on Instagram, live, and our digital reach just jumped overnight. Monday morning when we woke up, we were like up 30–40% in followers on most of our channels. So content is creating a lot of excitement, is giving us a lot of reach, we generally say is a strong media, but is a highly cluttered media. When you have a store on a high street, when you have a mall, you can stand out as a building, as an infrastructure. The neighborhood can see you. But the digital space is so cluttered. To stand out in that market is far more difficult than we imagine. We think is easy way out. It is not. It is just not. When I look at Instagram and I look at National Geographic, or I look at Nike or Adidas or Mac or Bobby Brown, and I see how their videos have 2 lakh, 3 lakh views, and I feel we do something and like we get 500, 600, 700 views, This is and Puneet and I was discussing, and when we were talking about this not being a meaningful platform, we said, on a good day, in 1 hour, you get 600 people walking into each of your mall, and you spend so much money and you get 600 views on digital. Is it worth spending that money? Is money getting you that value? And we said, it's not. So when I look at these brands and I see how they are having few 100,000 views and reaching out to so many people, and I was feeling very jealous. And then I went and saw how many people actually follow them. In a sense, what is the base of followers? And their base of followers is like in millions. So you can understand how cluttered is this market. A brand which has like Nike or Adidas, which has few million people following them, but when they post something, the views of that post is like 2 or 3% of their total digital community. It is an extremely cluttered market. It is a very, very content-heavy market. To stand out in this market or in this space is extremely difficult. I could never relate to marketing team at our office when they said, we are trending. And I said, what are we trending? And I still have the same footfall yesterday. I sold the same amount of shirts and pants and shoes yesterday. What is the big deal about trending? Now, as I'm aging, so my social connect and social technology connect is a little weak than what youngsters have. But when I'm trying to understand this, I realize to have a content trending at a national level is like big thing. You have some power, some attraction, some depth that takes you up at a national level. And we are not a national consumer brand. We are not like Dove or Pepsi or Coke. We are 5 malls in very small micro markets. If something that we do, it trends at a national level, is a big thing. So the social community, the digital space, the work that team has done in creating blogs, creating a platform where content sharing is so seamless. So if you have a nice reading on our mobile app, you can just click it, you can share it on your Instagram, you can share it on your Facebook, you can share it on any other platform that your smartphone or that you are using more often. It also gives you a two-way communication. Now, we are no more a corporate website talking about floor plans or stores or corporate information or leasing inquiries. We are talking about fashion, we are talking about movies, we are creating engaging discussions around these topics. So as a mall, we have chosen 5 areas: Bollywood, fashion, travel, health and wellness, and food. These are the 5 businesses which I believe a mall has within them, housing them. Food and beverage is big for us, fashion is big for us, Bollywood is big for us because I have multiplexes in all our mall. So around these 5 great spaces, we are trying to create a lot of content, and we are trying to create engaging dialogues with consumer, where they can review a movie, where they can review a food recipe, they can create their own fashion statements and share with us. So the effort is to create a digital community which feeds into our offline footfalls and purchases, trying to make it seamless so that whatever we do on offline, it creates enough and more online content to reach out and build our digital community bigger. And in the process, we're giving ease of shopping with us, which is through mobile app, through website, through click and pick, even extending that services because we have the infrastructure in place. We are asking consumers if they don't want to carry their bags back with them, they can leave it with us and we will home deliver them later. What we are trying to do is extend it further. If there are long queues with retailers, they can provide this facility where customer picks their shopping cart, they leave their address in that, and the billing is done, confirmed to them, and the goods are shipped next day. So a lot can be done around technology, around infrastructure. A lot can be done around digital space. A lot can be done by integrating the two. And we are very happy that we have a partner who is holding entire universe together. We don't have multiple partners or scattered view of the entire technology. We have a consolidated view of our technology. We have a consolidated platform to feed all this information. And I'm very thankful to Bhavik that we've been able to pull it together, and we see it evolving further. I hand it over to him to explain what all goes behind what we enjoy in front.
I think it deserves a big round of applause. I think he's been visionary, and at least in my knowledge, I think Inorbit is India's first mall to go e-commerce. I think that deserves a big round of applause. Yeah. So before we move further, and as he rightly said, that what goes behind creating something which we've been trying for over 18 months now, I'll probably briefly introduce myself. I'm Bhavik Zaveri, founder, CEO of Preta. This is my 5th venture. I started with a payment gateway company. We were one of the most pioneer guys to tell that what goes behind the fraudulent activities happens in India. So back in 2005, when the OTPs and the complete new policies for online payments came into picture, we were one of the guys who really brought a lot of scams across the country back in the eyes of the RBI. Then I did a fashion e-commerce portal. So I was part of founding team of Fashion and You. We sold highly luxury brands in country at a very deep discounted rates. Then I co-founded Craftsvilla. So again, at Craftsvilla, I think internet became a very powerful tool for us, where we brought 6,000 plus handicraft and artisans across the country to sell their 3 crore plus SKUs on a single platform. I said, oh, it's not exciting enough. Internet, 10% population using internet in the country. How do we go a little deeper? How do we make and solve some real problems? And we said, let's just incubate a lot of retail products across the country. And we started a company called Ambab. In last 5 years, I think we've incubated close to 100 consumer internet businesses, which includes the likes of NDTV, Indian Roots, Ask Me, Shop Stop, and few others. And 18 months back, I think while working with some of these retailers like Metro, Anita Dongre, Global Desi, and a lot of other guys, we realized that there's a huge gap in the way retailers are seeing internet as an opportunity. At that moment, malls was not even in our radar, and we never thought that malls can be something, a big opportunity that we are talking today. And we said, let's go back to retailers and tell them or ask them that, is even internet making sense to you? Is the cost of convenience that you're incurring in probably, delivering a product at home? So for example, a package is close to a 1,500 to 2,000 or a MRP, wants to deliver a product and where the consumer is very abusive in all about return policies and free exchanges, he ends up by at least ordering 3 sizes so that he can try 3, return 2. A good retailer ends up spending close to 250 rupees on just creating this convenience, where he's not even controlling the last mile. And what he eventually gets is probably all 3 products returned. So are we really making sense in the business that we are building, and that too we're building and probably for only 10% of the audiences who are buying online? And what about the 90% of people who are buying at stores, who probably wants to experience a product in not just transactional form, but much more experiential form? And that's where I think we started ideating Preta 18 months back, and to, I think, October 2016, that is just 5 months back, we said we want to take it to the and let's close the loop. Let's not just have retailer as one community where we keep on powering a lot of omni-channel stuff for them. Why don't we, have the third entity, which is the most prominent entity in the retail, malls, partnering into the same? And that's where I think the Preta X, or the Preta for Malls journey began. And in last 5 months, we've signed up close to 15 malls, and as Inorbit has been kind enough to incubate us right from their, right from the vision that they hold, and we partnered together. I think I'll just quickly play a video to tell what has been done till now, and probably we'll go through a presentation first.
Inorbit, one of the pioneers in the shopping center industry, has been evolving over the last decade to create an experiential environment for the retail. To add on to the experience, we are happy to be on board with Pretter as an omni-channel partner. Pretter gets an opportunity to offer an omni-channel experience to the Inorbit customer, and it complements our brick-and-mortar presence with the online space.
So we're talking today about how do we marry these two worlds, how do we make this confluence of malls and mobile coming alive and make consumer experiences which are not, which probably create experience, which creates complete delight, which creates complete improvement, which creates or defies digital e-commerce in its own home ground and creates a continuity of experiences right from where they start at home, probably while they are at malls and back at home, and can we make this confluence very seamless? Can we make it very experiential? Can we make it the way it completely delight your consumers? And that's where I think it's very important that we as shopping center creators understand the power of mobile, understand that how mobile is changing the way consumer behaves. Mobile is highly addictive, it's social, it's personal, and mobile is mobile, so it's location aware. So if we are not understanding the power of mobile, we're really missing on a very, very huge part of the infrastructure creation that we are enabling today. So while we are all physically ready, are we really digitally ready is what this confluence requires. And I think that's where we all should spend, I think, next part of our investments as infrastructure creators. Why mobile is relevant? As we know, there are 371 million plus internet users across the country. Omnichannel is more relevant as ever before today. This is the numbers that you see is across 5,000 consumers we met at different malls. The physical, the consumers at malls who are talking, who identified that most of them were either web rooming or showrooming or showrooming or eventually were doing some or other digital influence before they ended up shopping at malls. So 72% bought online after browsing at stores, 78% bought in store after browsing online, and 50% of the retail sales are influenced by omnichannel or internet. So as I said, mobile is more relevant than ever before. We need to work together to bring e-commerce defying experiences at malls and at stores, and that's what I think we all are doing together with retailers, with malls. How do we harness the power of multi-channel? So an average consumer spends twice the amount that he ends up spending on a single channel. So if he's influenced from online to offline or offline to online, the power of shopping is much more multiplied. Redefining malls. So for me now, the malls or the shopping centers are not just about creating physical infrastructure. I think we should redefine our presence with a very, very strong phygital infrastructure, which is a mix of physical and digital infrastructure, as Rajnish sir just mentioned, which creates unique community experiences while constantly delivering the brand experiences, so our brand promises. So I think this is where we all see our world, and this is what we at Pretter are really, really focused and dedicated to work towards. What we're creating a single integrated app which shops seamlessly to allow consumers to shop seamlessly online and at malls. We're changing the face of retail in the new age world to creating innovative experiences at malls and online. What we have done with Inorbit is exactly what we just mentioned, that how do we make and marry mobile with the Inorbit malls in a way so that it becomes seamless, it becomes experiential, it becomes an end-to-end experience for the consumer before they walk into the mall and after they walk out of the mall. So what goes behind it? So we started, as I said, we started close to 5 months back with them, and not, so first thing we wanted, the biggest challenge that we were, which we faced, and I think most of the mall shopping center retailers who have tried this in past has faced as well, is how do we integrate these worlds? The retailers, their ERPs, their POS systems, their technology, their operations, their payment reconciliations. Every retailer has its own systems, own processes, own SOPs. How do we go about standardizing all of this and ensuring that we are able to create a first data footprint for malls to even think of going online? And that's what Pretter as an engine creates. What we went ahead and did is we integrated with 120 retailers across the country, out of which 44 plus retailers are now common within Orbit, across the categories. So we said fashion, entertainment, leisure, food. Let's just integrate them for all the 3 verticals. One, importantly, is catalog and inventories. The second important aspect is operational SOPs. And third important aspect is payment facilitation, so that the reconciliation happens irrespective of where the consumer bought. And that's what is already created on our engine. And then we went about integrating the other aspects of the mall, where we said, okay, so once we have the retailers buy-in, how do we ensure that the content that you guys are creating, producing events, live events, your mall, wayfinding, and other set of services that mall is already providing, how do we make those integrations available? So things like, can I book a parking before I walk into the mall and stuff like that. So we just try to marry these 2 worlds and create a platform which offers the best of all malls across fashion, food, leisure, and entertainment. So as I said, the 240 plus brands already on board within Orbit. This is obviously highly influenced through Shoppers Stop as one of our leading partners who also enables 200 plus brands with us. We have 44 plus retailers who have already signed up with us for giving us the complete integration with their real-time inventories, store operations, etc. So how did we go about building these experiences? As I said, we divided into 3 verticals: before mall experiences, after mall experiences, and at mall experiences. But before we entered into these experiences, let's see what are the mall KPI goals. So how do really mall looks at this particular is this particular experience or feature? Because if the feature is created, if it's not impacting the mall business in the right direction, then why should we even go about creating something like this? So every single feature which was created on the app was derived through a mapping which was done across 4 KPIs. One was footfalls, second was convenience, third was conversions, and fourth was average order value. So are we creating something which is meaningful? Do we really go about creating a discovery application which allows consumer to discover a lot of things, but does it really make sense once he discovers what will happen? So will he eventually convert? Will he have a footfall at the mall? So every single feature that has been created as we go deeper into feature explanation were created across these KPIs, and these KPIs ensured that we are very focused and we're not creating things which are not used by consumers, and even if are used by consumers, are actually creating a lot of sense to us as a business. So footfalls, conversions, average order value, and consumer convenience for the 4 pillars for every single module that we developed on top of this. What we do? We simplify consumers and make them we simplify consumer journeys and make them or convert them from e-commerce to everywhere commerce consumers. This journey starts before they even enter into the mall and then continues even after they move out of malls. So that's what we are creating as Pretter and as our partnership within Orbit matures. What are the type of experiences that we're trying to create? Let me go a little elaborated in this. So before mall experiences, when consumer says that, okay, I am planning to go to a mall this weekend, or I have certain need for me to shop while I'm at home, how do they go about using this kind of applications? So they said, okay, I want to discover, and I want to discover what are the stores near me, what are the malls near me, what are the brands near me, and not just stores and malls and brands near me. I just want to know what kind of traffic update around me. Is there a right time for me to go to a mall in the day or 2? More importantly, do I know if the size or the color or the brand that I need to buy available or not? Can the discovery be a little more recommendative and understand that what is it that I'm looking for? So what if I end up searching for Zara, and if, for example, Zara is not available in Orbit, can Orbit recommend me H&M? So the complete, what if I want a black dress? Is my discovery able to tell me that, okay, I need a black dress, is the black dress available, or is it available? If it's available, in what all stores is it available? Or let me search for Being Human, but Being Human store is not available and the mall directory doesn't show me Being Human, but what if Being Human is available in Shoppers Stop? So can we make a smart discovery across malls in a way where consumer can plan their journey knowingly that, okay, if I walk into the mall, these are the products, these are the brands, these are the recommendation that mall is making me, so that my experiences at mall is not unsatisfactory. I'm very much aware before I walk into the mall that what is it that I'm going for and is it available or not. And once it is available, what else can I do? Can I just go ahead and reserve those products as well? So we said, why not? Let's just create something called as a virtual trial basket. So even before you walk into a mall, start putting products into a baskets, add your sizes, colors, products that you want to try at the store into a virtual trial basket, which an app can enable. And once you know that this is what you want to try, reserve those products. Our retailers are very, very open to reserving those particular products for 24 hours. So we have signed agreements with them where as soon as the reserve request comes from the consumer, the store managers are notified and they ensure that the products are reserved for close to 24 hours before even customer walk into the store. So the complete virtual trial basket ensures that while I'm in transit, while I'm planning to go to a mall, I have my complete ability to create trial baskets so that when I walk into the mall, my products are ready for me to go, try, and pick up from the store itself. We said, okay, that's a good feature, but what about the other guys, who feel the delivery is the, biggest convenience that I carry, and I don't want to go to the mall, but probably I want to gift someone across the city, and can I have a capability to get it delivered? So we said, yes, we have capability to create, and we are very, very catchment, very near, and we are very loyal to our consumers. So why don't we just ensure that we are delivering in we are not just delivering, we are also delivering at the scheduled time. So can we do a same-day delivery? Yes. Can we do a midnight delivery for anniversary surprise or a Valentine surprise? Yes. Actually, we did a experiment with Inorbit last year on a Valentine Day. We, I think, delivered close to 75 plus products from Inorbit for a midnight delivery on a Valentine Day. And these SKUs were ranging from 200 rupee stationery to 25,000 rupees watch from Fossil. So that's the power of convenience that you create. You just ensure that you are able to serve your consumers, and we never knew that midnight delivery itself can create such kind of experiential behaviors. And that's what we did. So if you go to Inorbit app, you can actually schedule the delivery. You can schedule it in a couple of days. You can schedule same day, midnight, 2 hours, and your gifts are reaching on time. And we had been doing this across, we did it for Christmas, we did it for various festive reasons when the gifting behavior is becoming the biggest delivery aspects and not the convenience, or not the transactional aspect for a consumer. Fourth thing we said, okay, so before he even comes to the mall, what else would he need? Will he need a convenience to book a table for a restaurant, or will he need a convenience to book a movie ticket? We said, oh fair, we'll just integrate those things as well. A more important thing we did is we did a pre-booking parking facility available. So we said, okay, we'll park certain inventory. If the consumer is reserving, he's already reserved the products, he's assured of coming in next 24 hours. Can we offer him a parking facility where he's assured that, okay, if you come by your car, the parking is pretty much available and this is your parking slot, go and park there. And what if he says, no, I'm not coming by my car, and can you help me with something more convenient? We said, okay, we'll go ahead and help you with that as well. And we said, if you reserve your products much in advance, and we know that you're coming at certain time, we will ensure that you are getting a free cab. So I have, as Predator, we have created a partnership with Ola and Uber both, where we are giving, and obviously retailers are ready to sponsor. As I just said, the cost of convenience on delivery for a typical e-commerce transaction is close to 250 plus. And they're very happy because this time the cab is getting pulled because a typical consumer will end up reserving at 3-4 different stores. And he's also controlling the last mile. So if the customer comes in a free cab, walk into the mall, walk into the store with a very reserved item, chances of conversion are better and chances of cross-sell are much, much larger. So a free cab has been offered to the consumer before if he plans the journey to the mall much earlier. The most important factor we think is the last thing which we mentioned here, which is availing combos and cross-category cross-selling. I think most of the malls are very much aware of the segment of consumer who walk into the mall at what day and what how weekends behave, how weekdays behave, and after slicing and dicing so much of data, what is it that we are able to do out of this? So we said, yes, we need to make our offers more relevant. Let's create combos. We are the only guys, we have a cross-category capabilities, so what I can do fashion, I can do food, and I can do movie. Can I say, okay, there's a new Salman Khan movie coming in, you buy a Being Him t-shirt and get a movie ticket free? Probably yes, and we can make a much more relevant pre-visit hole in the pocket of the consumer. So we said, okay, we give you value, but now this time before you walk into the mall, pay me for the assured shopping that you will do at the store. So combos acts as a very, very powerful tool where you're locking your customers, paying you upfront even before they walk into the mall, and ensure that they're getting the value which they deserve for doing that advance payment to us, right? So I think these were the few things which I thought could probably make a lot of sense. Apart from this, a lot of other experiences that we are creating as a pre-mall facility. But the most important aspects for us was, can we do a same-day delivery? Can we do a click and collect, a virtual trial basket, confirmation, discovery, combo, cabs? So I think all this creates an experience for the consumer which is very seamless, very continuous, and which ensures that we are improved footfalls and a very, very targeted consumer base who is coming into the mall with an assured availability of product and services that they were looking forward to. And with that, once they walk into the mall, the second stage of the consumer experiences was while at mall experiences, right? So that's what we said, okay, while at mall, once he's at mall, what else can the e-commerce do? Until now, e-commerce was all about on the go. Can we do something which is at mall? So he's at mall, he's already having fun, doing his shopping. What else can digital do? Now I can't say browse a category, browse an odd product, order a size and we'll deliver you home. So that's not more a relevant use case for us. So how do we go about ensuring that we are creating an app which is habitual, which is seamless, and is able to help them even once they are at mall? And then we said, okay, let's just ideate things which are really, really relevant even when I'm at mall. And obviously malls are working very hard on creating mall infrastructures, Wi-Fi's, beacons, and a lot of other things which ensures that the experiences are much more powerful and better than even we thought of, right? So we said, okay, a customer has walked in, what else can we do? We went back to retailers, we said, okay, we have all the integrations with you. Today, a brand XYZ, it's a Pepe, sells on Flipkart or a Myntra, they don't get anything which is your brand experience. How do we make your brand experience much relevant on the digital front when we partner with malls? If I buy a Pepe on a Flipkart, can I get a Pepe loyalty point? No. Can I return my product at Pepe store? No. I have to return it through Flipkart. We said, no, we will redefine this e-commerce experience while I'm at mall. So even if I bought something online, will I get Shopper Stop loyalty point? Yes. Even if I've bought something on Inorbit app online, will I get Pepe loyalty point? Yes. What if I bought online but I walk into the mall and I want to exchange? Can I reproduce my bill, which I obviously bought from mall, but through a digital channel? Can I reproduce my bills and do an exchange? Do I return my products at stores? We said yes. There is no difference between the consumer. We are just enabling the service. He's the same consumer who bought from malls. What if he bought it online? So we said that's a very, very, very big differentiator that we are enabling, and we are really making this world more seamless. So now a consumer who buys on Inorbit app has exactly same store policies as what he was to have if he walks into the mall. So he has a loyalty point integration. He has all the return and exchange facilities he would have got any which ways if you bought offline. And that's where I think we became a very, very big differentiator for a while at mall experience. Once he's at mall, we said he has already reserved the product. We already know that what are the 5 stores he wants to go, or he wants to watch a movie, or he wants to, avail a restaurant table. Can we really be a little more intelligent in telling them that what and where should we go, and how to find a way across the mall? So we embedded mall find or wayfinding capabilities within the app. Third thing we said, okay, once he's at store, if the consumer, obviously goes to the store manager and says that I had reserved this so-and-so product, will retailer be able to, authenticate that consumer? So we created an OTP flexibility. So the store manager has a small store order management system where he verifies the consumer through an OTP and ensures that, okay, now he's verified the consumer, he hands him over the reserved basket, and customers can go and start trying their products. Once they start trying the products, they have a complete flexibility to be in queue and pay, or they can pay on the app and ask for a delivery or ask for a hands-free shopping capability. So we have created a queueless aisle. We have created a complete self-checkout capabilities where consumer walks in with the reserved products, they tries the product, on the app they buys the product, and they go home and the product reaches home. And if he's not willing to do it and he wants to pay at store, the same cart gets migrated to the store POSes, and the store POS are capable to take the order and take the payment, and the reconciliation happens. So the complete integration deep into self-checkout capabilities and checkout at POS capabilities are being created. We said, okay, that's also great, and let's move ahead and do something more than this, because as consumer, it's not just about me trying the products. I might be completely a window shopper. I'm going to the mall. I have not tried. I have not reserved any product online. I'm just a walk into a mall, and now I know that there's an app existing which allows me to shop online. But can it do something more to me because I was normal walk-in customer? Can I use this app to use something more while I'm window shopping at the mall? I said yes. You can use this app. The app has an inbuilt scanner. So it has a barcode scanner capability. So while you are doing a window shopping across the mall, you can select the products that you have liked. You can scan the barcode. You can see the complete information of the product, which maybe the store manager or you yourself would not be able to identify. And the products get added to your wish list. So whatever you try, whatever you like at the malls, keep on scanning those products. You see the information, you add them to wish list while you are at mall, at your leisure, at your coffee shop, at home. You take these experiences back. So whatever I had tried at the mall, I can also click a picture of myself at the trial room, put up a small trial review for myself saying, okay, it was a good product or a bad fit or a bad price, and also subscribe for a price drop or a new arrival if the inventory is not available. And once all this is captured, I might be at coffee shop, back at home, I can see all the products that I have tried, liked at the mall, and then again on a single click, I can order across the retailers and get those products delivered. So again, the self-checkout was important, but then we said no, self-checkout is only for the people who reserved the products. What about people who walked into the mall? And that could be the largest base of our consumer. So we said, let's capture this data, allow them the flexibility to scan and do a self-checkout, scan and add to wish list. Scan and keep those product in a subscription list, so that once you're back, you can again see what you liked. And most of the women, most of us feel that what we ordered at shop is something which we don't like at home, and we have to always exchange this product. So do we really create this capability where they can go back and think twice and order in a single click across the retailers? And that's what our trial review and image for handy comparison feature does. The other aspect of complete at-mall experiences was a single identity checkout. So as a consumer now, as consumer, we have already installed the app. Inorbit knows who I am. He knows what kind of wallets I'm using. He knows what all the loyalty I'm carrying, what kind of preferred payment methods that I choose. Can I create a capability for consumers to do a single identity checkout? So he should not think what he wants to use as a preferred payment method. Can we aggregate all the wallets? Can we aggregate all the payment capabilities and see what is the best way to shop and pay at the mall or on the app? And that's what single identity checkout does. We created a drive-through pickup counter. So it's called a curbside pickup counter. So what if consumer says that, okay, I want to shop online, but I can't wait for the delivery, or probably after 8 p.m. you can't do a delivery. By the 9 p.m. mall would shut. I can't reach the mall, but I can come to the mall because I'm anyway just coming to watch a movie for a 10 p.m. I will just come to the mall and pick up my product even after the mall has shut. Or what if I've reserved late evening, I know the next day morning I have a flight and I need a shirt to catch. Can I order online, and while I'm on my way to airport, can I just come to the mall and pick up the products that I just ordered earlier evening? So that's the capability we created while at mall experience. So we created a drive-through pickup counters. The most important factor that we've created at mall is an ordering food capabilities. So we said people are they're going across the shops. The biggest inconvenience that they have is going back to the food court, identifying across your friends or family groups that what is it that we want to eat. You know, there are two people who wants to eat at McDonald's, one at Domino, and probably one want to eat North Indian food. And how do we go about ordering? And then we scatter across, go to each and every food counter, order with them, stand in queue. He says after 15 minutes we do a couple of follow-ups and we eventually get our food, and then we are back to our seats in again a scattered manner. First one comes, second one comes. Can we improve this complete experience of food ordering at malls? So we said yes, let's create this capability. We have a live menu cards on the app. People can shop across the stores. While they're shopping, they can decide what they want to order or what they want to eat in next 15 minutes while they're at food court. So they can start ordering a complete food meal across food court retailers on a single app. And once they order, the respective food court guys get notification that this particular food has been ordered, that's been prepaid. They can notify them that how much time it will take to prepare for it. Once the food is prepared, they again notify that the food is ready. Customer can walk in, directly pick the food, and start eating at the food court. So the complete food ordering capability has been created for the while at mall experiences. Personalized notification, updates, because we now know that what is it that he has reserved or what are the likings, wish list that he had. So once he walk into the mall, can we target him with specific offers, which will convert him better. We also created a feature for hands-free shopping. So we said while you're shopping at mall, we have a concierge section. You can walk into our concierge section and ask for a delivery. So you can shop anything at mall, come to us and ask for a delivery across the city. So that's a hands-free shopping capability we created for the while at mall experiences. And then we moved into saying that, okay, now we have a lot of data. We know what consumer was looking for before he entered into the mall. Now we also know that how he did behave while he was at mall. How do we make his after mall experiences more and more convenient, and how do we make sure that he is converting better and ensuring better business for our retailers? So then we said, okay, let's create few things which can improve his experiences even after he has gone out of mall. Or can we bring malls at home? So can Inorbit be at every mobile, at every home in the city? So we said, fair. Let's just do this. So once we are at home, can we again target the consumers with a very, very specific personalized recommendations, offers, where he can come back to our app and ensure, as Rajnish sir was saying, a lot of content gets created across the mall. I think the malls has been the biggest content creators, as he mentioned about Justin Bieber yesterday. So how do we retarget this content? How do we make a very, very strong recommendation to the consumers so that they come back and be very sticky on the app constantly and regularly? Can we so I just mentioned, whatever they had tried or whatever they had, scanned at the product, can they order online? Yes, they can go back and order online. We created a flexibility for them to create a free return request or a free exchange request from the app. So whatever they had bought at the mall, if they want to return certain products or exchange certain product, they can create a request and we can create a service for them. Alteration. So what if I've bought a product, but once I went home and I felt that I need a kind of an alteration or a kind of a need of a change in the product? Can we facilitate this service? We said yes. So we created an alteration capability. So you can order an alteration concierge, and the service will ensure that the product is taken from you, altered at right size, and get you back on the home. Review products, review services, review malls, review brands, review staff. So we're creating a complete review and rating, which is a two-way communication capability. Now malls and brands and stores can know exactly what's going right, what's going wrong, and how do we improve to ensure the consumer experience is better. Spend analysis and analytics for the consumers. So if you understand today, a typical Amazon or a Flipkart can only do your browsing behavior pattern matching. They can tell you, okay, because you browse certain products, we can recommend you products. We as Inorbit or we as Pretter have a capability to not just enable the browsing behavior of customers, but also the physical behaviors of the customer, also the catchment behaviors of the consumers. And so the recommendation or the spend analysis or the analytics that we provide to the consumers are very, very relevant, because that's specific to the catchment, that's specific to the consumer base that you probably fall in, or consumer group that you fall in. We have loyalty statements coming to you. We have price drop and new arrival alerts coming to you. So holistically, we said, this is clearly a kind of experience that a consumer deserves. And e-commerce is not just about creating a delivery. can we really make a change, and can we look the digital as much more and better opportunity for us? Can we make digital a complete seamless shopping experience? Can we make digital a more assistive? Can we make digital a more habitual? And that's what we tried creating, and I think it's a pretty early stage to tell anything in terms of data, that how each of these modules or how each of this behavior would realize into. But as I said, every single feature was developed with a very strong KPI impact that we envisaged. The quick app showcase. So how do we go about identifying the traffic updates and mall finding, way finding, store finding? We have a cab booking capability. We have a huge content commerce capability. Movie, food, shopping, reserve, click and collect, discovery. I think this is how the future is looking for us. We're trying to create a technology for impairment assistance through location tracking. So what can I really, if somebody is impaired with eyes or something, he goes near a product, can we have an audible description of the product to ensure that he's able to, buy this product in a much more efficient way. Some of the future technologies that we are working on are try to create an IoT-based shopping cart where people add product to their shopping cart as they're doing at the stores, and can we identify which were those products which were added to cart and retarget them again. And I think as Rajnish sir and other mall guys across the table are building bigger and bigger and larger malls across the country, I think one important feature we thought we need to create is also locating family members at shopping malls. Can we go about identifying, because most of the people, the wives goes the other way, parents go the other way, and child keep on playing on the play area. So so what happens when we create something like this? We create a very, very high level of consumer loyalty, which ensures that we drive larger level of profitability and ensures a very, very, efficient operations by the retailers. So this is not just for consumers, this is also for the set of retailers who are working with you. And as I said, retailers are very excited, in terms of our reach, in terms of our number of malls that we have signed up. Just started, as I said, 5 months back. Even before we could reach out to more malls, there were more and more retailers who were ready to partner with us and creating such platforms, such experiences which were never heard of. And as I said, we have a very, very large participation from the retailer group. I think what we now need to do as a shopping center enablers to adopt these technologies, to adopt these experiences, to adapt to these capabilities, and ensure that we are able to not just create such experiences in only 1 or 2 mall infrastructure across the country, but complete malls across all the malls across the country, because that's where I think the real business lies, and the retailers become more and more adaptive to such technologies. What happens to retailers when you create certain technology, certain experiences like this, is they have a better return on their inventory, because now they clearly know that what's the ROS of every store, and they can manage their ROS, they can manage their complete fulfillment capabilities basis the rate of sale, basis the location awareness, basis the complete supply influencers and the demand influencers that can create a much more efficient fulfillment capabilities. Their operational cost goes down because the cross-sell opportunity is higher and higher. People walk into the store with much more assured shopping capabilities. They know what they want. They know the availability of the product. They walk into the mall with very clear identification of what they want to buy, where they want to buy, and the shopping becomes much more convenient. And as retailers, I think this is all we all want. We want to improve our sales. We want to improve the cross-sell and increase revenue capabilities. I think that's exactly what the particular technology that we spoke about is doing. Yeah. So I think that's where I'll sign off. I'll leave you with a video. Obviously, it's not a video or the capability, but this is what we all envisage. I think we've been very influenced by something that this video shows, and I think this is the world that we all want to live as mall infrastructure guys, as technology enablers to them, and as technology enablers to retailers. So I think we'll play this video and probably leave you with the vision, which I am hopeful that we all will live together. So thank you, Saj. Thank you so much. We are Preta. I'm Bhavik. With this, I would probably like to welcome Mr. Puneet on stage for the concluding remark on the, he's the AVP marketing for Inorbit, and I think he should be, he should be open to the Q&A, and probably he'll put up a concluding remark on the presentation that we just did.
Thank you, Bhavik. I think personally it's been a very exciting journey for us at Inorbit last 1 year. For me, I think going behind the technology, learning from the AMBAP team, and working with the team, understanding how the whole platform works, and designing the programs. And the challenges we face of our kind of going ahead, and when we talk to the retailers, understanding what platforms they are working on. Because we realized that multiple retailers have multiple POS platforms, and that was the biggest challenge we faced. But going ahead, I think technology, the beauty of technology is that it can be customized. And now we have more than 40 partners who are on the AMBAP platform. And I think it's been a great progress in the last 1 year so far. For the customers, I think it's not just e-commerce. It's the mall experience which is entering in their homes. So it's, when you order, I think the comparison here is e-commerce versus brick and mortar. But for me, I think the customer, when we are offering this facility with AMBAP of online shopping, the brand experience is not changing. If a customer is ordering on my app and the delivery is happening through Printer, he's or she's receiving the good that she's ordered in the way she shops in a mall, in a branded bag, and an invoice that is generated at the store. So I think that's a great layer that we've added for our customers to discover what's happening inside the mall, what's available inside the mall. And going ahead, I think we will all, I think, try to further this experience by adding more layers. We are talking to other aggregators like Ola, Uber already on the platform, Book My Show. I think PVR, Inox are already, we are very, very close to close. Hypercity is going to add on the platform. So the whole platform is growing, and we wish that this journey with Fritter is enriching for us and for our customers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A big round of applause. So I think we open for Q&A questions. If you have any doubts, any questions, any specifics that you want me to answer, I'm very happy to take it.
While Rajneesh was speaking, I had downloaded the app. And so I want to know how many people have already downloaded the app, and how many are trending customers who are shopping through the app.
So as I said, we've just launched within Inorbit a couple of weeks, but we as Preter, we've been showcasing, and we have our own consumer app as well, which has been in Mumbai catchment for almost 5-6 months now. We've seen a good, I think the biggest, I think, improvement in our conversions or the traffic we've seen is purely during the USS. So we've witnessed a couple of USS as Preter. Because what happens is the discovery becomes more and more challenging as the availability reduces. So in season, obviously, a lot of these experiences are now to be proven. But obviously, end of season, people specifically search for products, sizes, colors that they don't get it in mall 1, but they know that could be available across the city or any other mall. So can we really reach? So I think on an average for a catchment or a small catchment in Mumbai, any which was hitting 10 to 15 orders every day. On a USS, the numbers multiply. On a festive day where the gifting becomes very important, we will reach 100 transactions same day. So I think that's the kind of numbers that we are talking about. It's a very early stage, so I think it will improve as we go.
Another one small question is that when you said that you could lock the stock and then come and pick it up, is there a time limit to it? Because if otherwise the stock won't get sold.
It's 24 hours.
24 hours, then without any payment.
Yeah. Could we put our hands together for Mr. Bhavik Javeri and Mr.
Thank you so much.
Puneet Varma and Mr. Rajneesh Mahajan for that wonderful presentation?